All right, you truth addicts, it's Friday, so that means we're getting into another Kevin Samuels video. All week long, we have talked about women who are educated and it makes them think they're better than blue-collar men, or them chasing the bag, wanting luxury lifestyles. So first, we're going to get into some clips with his monologue. I'm going to play a few clips of mine and give commentary to transform it for fair use. Let's get into it.
Do single, educated women have contempt or disdain for blue-collar men? I will say yes. I have personally heard and witnessed far more. See, when I gave that story at the first of the show about the women that came to me to try to get their husbands a makeover, they were not black. Never had this happen with a black woman. Had happened with white women rather often. Started my business, coming to get their husbands makeovers. So many women skip right over the blue collar men, try to go get white collar men, and you don't realize George Jefferson wasn't 75 years old when he didn't have to get his wife over to the Upper East Side in a walker to where she had a good 4 years before her hip gave out. No, she was in her late 30s or 40s. Late 30s or 40s. She had a whole lot of life ahead of her to sit down, put her feet up, and just be Miss Blue Henry. What do we notice about Louise Jefferson? Louise Jefferson was never going to be confused with being a beauty queen. So why is it that when you're on a show like I was on earlier today with Obsidian, you got Miss Private Caller or whatever talking about, it's not as though sisters won't date blue collar men. It's just that, when a sister goes to college and she gets educated, she expands her horizons and she starts to look at the world differently. And a lot of these blue collar guys may be good guys, but they don't want to do anything. They're not cultured. They're not cultured.
When Kevin was talking about the Jeffersons, he was showing how average-looking women got with average men and worked with them. Today, many average-looking women have standards they don't qualify for. They see their education as a status symbol. That degree becomes like a Birkin bag. A prime example is a clip I did this week, where an average-looking woman thinks having a degree automatically raises her standards.
Think I can date someone who doesn't have a bachelor's degree. I just don't think I can. Maybe y'all might call it,
I'm a PhD.
Is this where we at? This woman got standards. Oh, God, I can't.
Well, like, people be like, oh, you don't need a bachelor's degree. You don't need to be in college to be smart. I don't care. But for me and my household and myself and my relationship and my marriage to be, you're going to need a bachelor's degree.
This woman, she's sitting there with a big old bonnet on her head. Okay? Chef Black RD. Man, what is going on in the world today? Look at her.
I'm a PhD.
What did the Godfather used to say? You qualify for second shift at the factory. That's what you gonna get, second shift at the factory. That's what you qualify for. Stop it. Don't let your education destroy your thought process of just getting a good regular man, because that's what you deserve, an average regular man, and there's nothing wrong with that. Stop letting these degrees go to your head.
I'm a PhD.
Go get you what I like to call a best value man. Now, the reason why I played that clip is because I got some feedback from a young woman saying I shouldn't be laughing at a woman for her having standards. But we know how they treat men who have standards. See, I wasn't laughing because she has standards. Well, I kind of was. But I was laughing because she came online with a bonnet on her head talking about her standards.
And we got far too many sisters who think because you have a piece of paper with a seal on it and somebody's degree, that makes you more physically attractive. Nope, it doesn't. You don't get a Blake Henry. You're not attractive enough. Did I say that? Yeah, I said it. I've had black women diss blue collar men in my face thinking I was going to laugh at the joke. Yeah. See, over there, The guy shining shoes, he's a worker. You're a boss. We bosses over here. Not realizing I come from blue collar families, blue collar roots. Let me tell you something. Black women, your disdain, contempt, whatever word you want to put in there, for the reason you overlook enterprising, ambitious, blue-collar men, is why so many of you will die alone. Let's cut to the chase. Let's cut to the chase. Blake Henry, the Blake Henrys, their wives are 7s or better in the face, or 8s or better in the body. That means if you're a 6, you don't get a Blake Henry.
Now, does Chef Black RD look like she's a 6 or better? What? Okay, no, she's not. She's an average-looking woman. And the reason why I call him Chef Black RD is because back in the day there was a character called Chef Boyardee, and so when I see a black woman in public with a bonnet on her head, that's the first thought that come to my mind.
So let's be honest. How many college-educated women dismiss blue-collar men right out of hand when you're right out of school? This is where this is important. Right out of college, where you're 23 to 28, how many of you are dismissing Blue Henrys outright when your white counterparts are marrying them? How many of you? How many black women dismiss Blue Henrys in their early 20s outright because he can't get the time off, because he can't run down to Jamaica?
Because at 9 a.m., I'm going to look at flights and be like, hey, want to go to Jamaica? And he's going to be like, hey, got to go to work. You can't work from your computer. And he's going to be like, not my reality. Well, the reality you're in and the reality I'm in is 2 different realities. I want to go eat lunch in Jamaica and come back. I don't want to live regular. I want to do the most.
I played that clip from another show this week just to show how ahead of the game the Godfather was. He knew these modern women like the back of his hand. They think they're the shit. They all want to live these extraordinary lives. That's why they don't want blue-collar men, because they see blue-collar men as basic and boring, even if they make a lot of money. That's why you see some of these women like this dating drug dealers and street dudes and scammers. They'll say it all the time. Everything is about status and symbols and what makes them feel good. All right, that's it for this video. Until the next one, the truth will set you free.